Hello and welcome to Sarah's Tarot. Here is your weekly guidance for week beginning February the 4th. Okay, so if you decide which deck you feel drawn to, I'll then shuffle the cards and we'll see what's coming up for you over the weekend. So for those of you drawn to deck 1, let's take a look at this week's reading. Okay, let's have a look. Wow, there's a lot of pentacles, 3 pentacles. Cards. Lovely Ace of Cups, Temperance and the Judgment. Okay, let's have a look. Bottom card, Justice. So the underlying energy here relates to fair decisions, equality, balance. So let's have a look then and see. We have the Six of Pentacles here, and that's a card that relates to giving and receiving and in fair proportions, and that makes a lot of sense with this Justice card. So the energy here is one of balance again, and we have the 7 of Pentacles here. So we've got the 6, 7 and the 5. Okay, so there's a real practical, financial, material type energy to the week for those of you drawn to this deck. So money issues will be very much at the front of your mind, I feel, and it will be about juggling your finances, deciding which bills you should pay. Some of you may be making investments. We have the 5 of Pentacles here, so some of you may be struggling. Perhaps you have overspent during the Christmas period and now find yourself with a certain amount of debt. It is definitely a group of cards that tells me there is a need to really look at your financial situation this week, okay? Because the 7 talks about reflection. It talks about spending time deciding on how you're going to budget and what you're going to do to get yourself out of this sticky situation that some of you are finding yourself in. There's only so much you can do, and I do feel that actually there may be some money coming in for some of you drawn to this deck, actually, some form of help. I feel some of you have been waiting for money to come in. Maybe you've just recently been paid. January is a long month, isn't it? So the money that has come in or is coming in this week will be a welcome relief, but it will be in 1 minute and out the next, I feel, for many of you. But the important thing is that the bills are paid, isn't it? So it's about basically being practical with your money this week, budgeting carefully, deciding which are the most important things to pay out for. What can you kind of cut back on, and how can you make things easier for yourself in the future? We then have the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups it's a lovely, gentle energy, and it's right next to the Temperance card. The Temperance card is about balance again, as with the Justice card. So there is a need to remain balanced. Okay, so in other words, don't allow these financial and practical issues to prevent you from the other side of life as well, you know. Yes, there is a need to focus on these things, but at the same time, there's a lot of love as well in your life that needs to be focused on, okay? So this is about balancing between the practical, between work and between love, I feel. We have the Judgment card here. So it's about making decisions based on your true purpose here this week, okay? And the Temperance card is saying that compromise may be needed. Now, I feel that has more to do with these financial issues that are going on around you. But there is this wonderful offer of love coming in here, love and support to help you through. So like I say, don't make it all about money and finance, because there is this wonderful loving energy around you, okay, to focus on as well. Don't allow these things to overwhelm you. The Judgment card is saying that it's a week to wake up and realise certain things about your life. What needs to change and what doesn't? What can you leave behind as you go into the week? Perhaps there are things, people that should have been left in 2018 and you're still struggling to let them go or let situations go. But the Judgment card is coming out to remind you that it's time to just be who you really are this week, okay? Don't feel as if you have to continue to please everyone else. This is about being the real you, but also about finding the middle ground, finding a good balance in your life between love and practical issues. And that is for those of you drawn to deck 1. Whoops, that goes there. And then for those of you drawn to deck 2. Okay, so for those of you drawn to deck 2, and if you'd like to subscribe, you can do so by clicking on the subscribe button below. Let's have a look at what is coming up for you this week. The Death card. And please don't be alarmed, because it doesn't mean death, it means transition, it means the ending and beginning of new chapters. It's transformation, really, more than anything. Transformation of yourself, of your life. Let's have a look at your cards and see how that relates to this week. So a quick glimpse of your cards with the Justice card. 7 of Pentacles, Temperance, 6 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. Okay, so these two are coming at each other here. I can see that. So there may be some conflict this week between you and someone else, or between two people who are around you. As the week begins, we have the Justice card. That was actually in the first reading as well. So this is definitely a week that focuses on balance and fair decisions. Some of you may be waiting on a decision this week, as we have the 7 of Pentacles here. You may be waiting on a decision. And if you are, then it looks as if it will be a very fair decision. It will be something where there has been the need for cooperation and compassion. This decision will have been made based on all the factors involved. And if it's you who's making the decision, then that's what you need to focus on. You know, sometimes we can be swayed by our emotions or by our heads, but the Temperance card is asking you to do just that, to use temperance when you are looking at this situation that's in front of you, okay? You can see here this guy, he's focusing on this bush here with all the pentacles, wondering what to do next with this pentacle that's laying on the floor, where he's digging in his garden. Where shall he plant this? You know, what should he do with it? And it's also a card that tells him to take his time. He's not in any rush. So for those of you making this decision, it's about taking your time. But for others, you have been waiting on a decision, and it's possible that you may hear of the outcome this week. For others, there is going to be a need for patience if you are still waiting, because the Temperance card is asking you to just, you know, not be forceful in any way. That, you know, the decision will be made when the right time comes, and patience is a virtue here. But the Six of Wands comes directly beneath the Justice card, so that indicates real success, doesn't it? You know, you can see it here, this guy galloping on, this old woman galloping on the horse, and everyone is cheering them, you know, they've done really well. So it looks as if things are going in your favour in many ways. But as I say, there may be the need to compromise. That doesn't mean to say you won't get what you want. And if it's you making the decision, whatever you decide, I feel, will be right. It will be the right one. As long as you do use this compassion and this compromise when it comes to thinking things through. And the last two cards, the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords, as I said, you can see they're both charging at each other. Well, he's charging at him anyway. The Knight of Swords relates to air signs Aquarius, Gemini and Libra, and they can sometimes be a little volatile as an energy. They're very quick thinking, very intelligent, and when they go for something, they go full steam ahead, and this person is charging in at this Knight of Pentacles, who relates to Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn energy. So it seems to me that this person is fed up with the way this person is doing things, because the Knight of Pentacles takes their time. They kind of plod along, but they always get there in the end. Whereas this person just wants everything done yesterday. So there may be some conflict, some tension between these two people. Now that could be you and someone else, or two people in your close environment that you need to watch out for, and perhaps step in with this calming energy, because the angels are here trying to calm the waters, aren't they? You can see this Temperance card has come out above the Knight of Swords. So the angels are very much aware that these two people don't necessarily get on. And as I said, this could be you and someone else, or two people who are in your environment. But you have the help of the angels, but also I feel this is about you calming the waters, or someone else calming the waters if it's you that's one of these two. But a new chapter is indicated with the Death card. And I feel that relates to this decision that's being made this week, either for you or by you. And that is your reading for the week ahead. And I shall be back at the weekend. Have a lovely week. And if you'd like to order a reading, you can do so by clicking on the link below.